Students, let us now start discussing a new topic, that is about numerical integration. Till now we have done numerical differentiation, under which we have adopted two methods, Newton's forward difference method and Newton's backward difference method. Now we are moving into the section called numerical integration. Now numerical integration can be attempted in many ways. So first way that we are going to adopt, that is called trapezoidal rule. Okay, this is a kind of rule. So again I would like to remind you of the fact that numerical integration, when we only say integration, it is a direct way of doing integration, but when we say numerical integration, it means that you are going to develop some kind of trick to solve a problem easily. Okay, instead of using the direct method, we are going to apply some tricks to solve a problem. So for that, first of all, we will consider, I have already shared that note with all of you regarding numerical integration. So I would like to ask you to keep those notes ready with you when you watch this video lecture. So let us consider a curve. Let us consider a curve, and it is given by y equal to fx. Okay, and how is it limited, and where x lies between a and b. This is very important. Okay, so now if I want to represent it in a this is the x-axis, this is the y-axis. Suppose this is a kind of curve that you have. Okay, this is y equal to fx. Fine. So and the x value is lying between so this is what we have. So say this is a, this is b. So and fine. Now it is approximated. Now you know that this is a curve. Okay, this is the curve, and instead of considering the curve, we can approximate it by a straight line by connecting these 2 points. Okay, let me name it as say P, and let me name it as Q. Okay, so these 2 points, so this curve that I am thickening again and again, this curve is approximately equal, is not exactly but approximately equal to this straight line between the points P and Q. Now if I want to write in x and y coordinate, for P, what is the x coordinate? It is a, and y coordinate, this is y. Okay, so y equal to fx, so f is nothing but here a, fa, and similarly here also, here x coordinate is b, and here it is fx, so it is fb. Okay, so we can say that this curve can be, the curve can be approximated by a straight line. Okay, joining the points P, is EFA, and Q, BFB. So again I want to tell you that instead of considering this curve, okay, this curve, we can consider a straight line. So considering a straight line is much more easier than considering a curve. So we have just approximated. We are saying that this curve is approximate to this straight line. We are not saying equal. Now what will happen? Now using Newton's forward difference formula, the linear polynomial approximation to fx can be written as, so we have already done Newton's forward difference method, so we are just simply using that f equal to fx naught plus x minus x naught del fx naught by h. So we are considering only up to two terms, first and second term. Okay, so that is, let it be equation number 1. Fine. Now we have 2 points, so we need to approximate at 2 points. Now at x equal to a, now you can see that here x naught beginning point is, so I will again go back to this plot. So see, that data starts from here and ends here, so this point is nothing but x naught and this point is xn. Okay, so for our case, since we are considering forward difference method, so for our case x naught is equal to a. Now if I ask you what is the last term, so here I can write xn equal to b, but since we have only 2 terms, so last term will be nothing but x1. Okay, we have only 2 terms, so what will be the h? It will be b minus a, means it's like you have a table x and fx, you have 1 point and 2 point and you have this, so your table looks like this. Okay, so this is your x naught, this is your x1, and the difference between them is called step length, which is nothing but h, and it is equal to b minus a. Therefore what we will be doing now, integration is usually fx dx, and here what is our lower limit? Lower limit is a and upper limit is b. So we are going from integration from a to b. Now since we have already done expansion in using Newton's forward difference formula, so we will be writing this formula there. So how to do that? So it will like integration a to b, so inside that it is fx naught plus x minus x naught del fx naught divided by h. Okay, and then you have dx. So we will be, so that is nothing but our integration. So therefore I is equal to, we will be breaking this bracket. Okay, so we will move inside, so integration a to b fx naught dx plus integration a to b x minus x naught del fx naught divided by h dx. Okay, so since this thing is a constant, so fx naught will be outside. Okay, and it is a to b dx only, simple. H will be outside and del fx naught will also be outside, is integration a to b x minus x naught dx. Okay, so we have fx naught, it is, since integration dx means x, so it goes from a to b plus del fx naught by h. So this thing is x minus x naught, okay. So and it is integrated with respect to dx. So we can consider, so if since x naught is a constant, so it will not matter that much. So x dx means x square, so it will come out to be x minus x naught. So you can consider this to be a single variable. So x dx means x square by 2, so it will be x minus x naught by 2. So it will go from a to b. Now fx naught b minus a plus del fx naught by h, and 2 will come out also. So it is x minus x naught square a to b. Now b minus a fx naught plus del fx naught by twice h. So x means first it will be b minus x naught square minus a minus x naught square. So b minus a fx naught plus del fx naught by twice h. So x naught is nothing but a, so it is b minus a whole square. X naught is nothing but a, so a minus a is means 0, okay. This x naught is nothing but a, so b minus a into a plus del fx naught by twice h, and it is b minus a whole square. Now you need to be careful. Now this term del fx naught is nothing but difference of function values, okay. So difference of function value, if you write like this, fx, it is a, it is b, we have only two values, it is fa and it is fb. So del fx will be nothing but fb minus fa, isn't it? So in this place we can put fb minus fa. So let me do it again. So I is equal to b minus a fa plus del fx naught by twice h b minus a whole square. So b minus a fa, so this thing is nothing but fb minus fa b minus a whole square by twice h. So I think b minus a can be taken common, so it will be fa plus fb minus fa into b minus a by twice h. Now b minus a fa plus this twice h, b minus is nothing but h, so it will be fb minus fa into h divided by twice h. H gets cancelled, so b minus a fa half fb minus half fa. So b minus a, it will be like half fa plus half fb. So it is, look, half can be taken common, half, so inside it will be fa plus fb. So what comes? Integration is nothing but b minus a fa plus fb. So therefore, as per trapezoidal rule, integration a to b fx dx can be written as half into b minus a fa plus fb. Why is it called a trapezoidal rule? Because this thing you can see, this is nothing but the formula for area of a trapezoid. Area of a trapezoid. What is a trapezoid? It is, in trapezoid, two sides should be parallel. Two sides should be parallel and other two sides are not parallel. Okay, so that is called trapezoid. So what happens, the here also in the picture you can see that the curve goes like that. It starts from here, ends here. Is y equal to fx. So it is a, it is b, so it is approximated by a straight line. So the whole thing is actually looking like a trapezoid. Okay, so it says that the integration of this function y equal to fx from a to b is nothing but the area of the trapezoid that is covered under this curve. Okay, the area block between this curve and the x-axis. So fine, because the parallel sides are what? What are the parallel side? This is this is fb and this is fa. So plus, these are parallel sides are plus, means fa plus fb. Okay, and half into, then it is nothing but b minus a, b minus a. So this is nothing but the area of a trapezoid. So trapezoidal rule says that integration of a function from a to b is nothing but the area covered under that curve y equal to fx, okay, and the x-axis. So that's all about trapezoidal rule for numerical differentiation.